Good morning, everyone. Well, once again, we had our Thanksgiving here yesterday. My daughter came in from out of town, and so we do our Thanksgiving when we can get it. So we did have turkey, which I spatchcocked, or should I say spatch turkeyed. Technically, I didn't flay it. I actually parted it. So I took the breast meat off. I used the leg and the thigh, and then I buckled the wings and I cooked those all in an oven. I increased the temperatures this year because my bird was about 18 pounds. So I seasoned it, salt, pepper, garlic, paprika, little onion powder. And then I tossed it into a cold oven, turn it on max, 45 minutes. After 45 minutes, I turn it down to 180 centigrade. It's about 350 and change Fahrenheit, a regular oven, for the last 45 minutes, and then I turn the oven off and I just let it sit there till the oven cools down. So all the while it just continues to cook inside. Perfectly cooked. The leg receded from the edge of the bone. The breast is always tender. There's just no other way to make a turkey. If you want to cook the whole thing for 3.5 hours or 2 hours or whatever it is, this one is just an hour and a half. And again, so it reduces gas. It reduces, obviously, the cost of cooking the turkey. The turkey is much better seasoned. You have more control. Nothing like falls off the side. Everything is just kind of laying flat. And so what were the sides that I made? Again, totally keto, absolutely keto. Green beans, and I went ahead and mix that with, I remember my grandma making this bacon, onion, walnut stuff. So essentially a big plop of butter and cook down and semi-caramelize some onions with bacon, and then blanch the green beans so that they're not soggy and they have bite, but of course they're cooked and beautifully green. Then you mix that with the sauce, and then each person, some people don't like nuts, so each person can add some ground walnuts to theirs. I wound up adding also a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and I had made cheese sauce, which I'll get to. That was the next dish I made. I made a Spanish bechamel cauliflower au gratin. So essentially you take cauliflower, you blanch the cauliflower, and then you make a cheese sauce. My cheese sauce is 2 blocks of Philly, a stick of butter, which here in Mexico is almost ghee. I mean, it's really, really tasty, and there's no milk solids and liquid. It pretty much just melts into what they call the gold. It's ghee, essentially. It's the pure gold out of the butter. And then I did use some plastic, processed cheese food. So I used, the whole thing contained probably 28 grams of carbs. But again, distributed among the cream cheese and the butter, the carbs we're serving are not humongously horrible. And here's the trick, though. What you want to do is you want to get some eggs. You want to salt them in garlic powder, 2 eggs. You mix them in a bowl big enough to support what you've been melting down with the cream cheese and the butter and the plastic, right? So you pour that into the eggs, and as you whisk in, obviously the eggs will cook but they won't. If you put the eggs into the heat, you'll get scrambled eggs. If you take the heat and pour it into the eggs temper and heat up slowly, but they get so mixed. All right, so now you have this rich egg cheese sauce, and you don't taste the egg, but you get all the richness. If you've ever tasted, well, make it yourself. I just told you how to do it. So you pour that back into the pan, and if you want to just kind of reheat a little bit, then you set it aside. Now the cauliflower, you lay that down in about a layer. It'll fit in a 9x12. It's just a bunch of cauliflower. You got to separate it into the florets. Cook them down real quick. Drain them as well as you can. Put a little olive oil on the bottom of it was a 9x12 Pyrex. Olive oil on the bottom. Put the cream cheese in there, and then kind of spoon some of the cheese sauce over the top of that. And then I just went ahead and coated it with slices of Manchego cheese, rather thin. yeah, about a millimeter, 2 millimeters. And then I sprinkle all that with some Spanish paprika, and then I go ahead and bake that. And I bake that at the 180 oven. And you bake that also at the 180 oven, centigrade, 350 Fahrenheit, until the cheese is, it melts kind of through. And if you want to get it a little brown or bubbly, that's up to you. So those were the two sides for me. And then my wife made the ever necessary mashed potatoes, of which I did not eat. And just in case I thought I might be hungry, I did buy some chicharron that I would have dipped in the cheese sauce or the franks. Oh, and franks on turkey is delicious. Huh? So I had my franks mounted with butter that I would normally make for chicken, and I went ahead and did that for the turkey. So anyway, you can always make any meals, keto or even carnivore. Just tell them leave off the bread pretty much. And tell them you're allergic to seed oils, or you'll die and then you'll have to sue them. So cook everything in butter, and most restaurants will do that for you. Not margarine, butter. Now, if they don't accommodate you or they don't have it, then you don't go to the restaurant. I mean, you vote with your money, which you should be doing anyway, because the rest of it's a bunch of, well, I'm not going to tell you who shot John, but ... The way to get things done in the world is to purchase goods and services that fit your value system, all right? The reason these mega companies exist and all of this horrible nonsense is happening is because, believe it or not, most people either don't care or they really are just who they are. That's just between you and me. And of course, the rest of the millions of viewers I have. But, I'm just letting you know, you can always go keto and carnivore. You're the one who's paying for the service, and you should get served. And don't be an idiot about it. These guys, they have their policies and their business models and stuff. And, if it doesn't match, it doesn't match. So you should be cooking at home anyway, but, the times when you want to go out. So again, even Thanksgiving's not an issue, and obviously Christmas is not an issue. You can find plenty of sides with broccoli, cauliflower, green beans are always good. I eat a little bit of carrots if for a salad. Salads are always good. Tomatoes, onions, garlic. Everything you're going to cook with anyway. It doesn't have to be starchy. It doesn't have to be sugary. It doesn't have to be, fructose poison. Just go with it. So look at the thumbnail, and that's pretty much what I had. It was quite filling, quite delicious. And again, I only ate one, so we ate late. Actually, everything got ready about 4:30 or so. So I'm already, 18 hours into my next fast. So I'll probably eat today about 1-2-ish, and it's obviously leftover. So yay. So we'll talk soon, guys. Bye.